Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, Cole Gabicki, and today we're going to talk about why if you're tired of working hard and still feeling like your life just isn't getting anywhere, then it is absolutely crucial for you to stop comparing progress with just staying busy and instead just really start to learn not only how to move through your life with intention, but how to then properly align your actions and your decisions with your overall vision from here on out. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. Now, when it comes to just truly working hard and still not feeling like your life is moving along, understanding that you have to stop confusing progress with being busy genuinely is one of the most hardest yet most valuable lessons that I've personally ever had to learn, especially as a content creator. Because when I was first starting, I always thought that if I worked hard, it would automatically secure my future, it would automatically build growth, when in all reality, that's not how it works. You can work as hard as you want, but if you are just staying busy instead of building progress, you are not going to get anywhere. And that's exactly what was happening with me until I not only started to learn how to move through my life with some real intention, but how to then properly align my actions and my decisions with my overall vision from here on out. Because you see, back in 2022, when I first moved away from the city and started this podcast, working as hard as I could, but seeing any real growth behind it was something that I was struggling with almost every single little thing. Whether it was through the social media as a whole, the content, the podcasts, the ideas I had, whatever it might be, I would constantly sit there and work as hard as I could. I would genuinely do 12-hour days. I would try and post 5 times a day. I would try and post at different times and still see nothing. And because of that, it started to destroy my motivation. I wanted to give up. I didn't want to do anything. And it was because of the routine I was in. It wasn't because I was challenging myself, but because I was staying in that comfort zone. Because I built a routine that made me think that I was making progress when in all reality, I was just staying busy, right? I would record a clip on my phone, I would put it in the software, and I would do that every single day for weeks on end, thinking it would pick it up, thinking, oh, maybe this video would pop off, not looking at the content itself. And once I started to realize that it was quality over quantity, when you're first getting started, it's good to push out content. But once you get that growth, you have to start looking at quality. And once I realized that, my numbers started to go up. I started to get views. I started to get interactions because I wasn't just posting just to post. I was posting with a purpose. So when it comes to just whatever you're striving for, it is so important to start to realize this. And until you do, nothing is going to move within your life. Because when it comes to just actually working hard, understanding that this genuinely does not secure your future truly is one of the most hardest pills that you are ever going to have to swallow, even including myself. Because at the end of the day, you could work as hard as possible. Let's say you want to build a business, you want to change your life, you're going to the 9 to 5, you're saving up money, you're doing this, you're doing that. But at the end of the day, you still feel behind. You're still in the same exact cycles, doing the same habits, spending the money just to get back to square one. You're not making any real progress. The routine might feel nice, the stability might feel nice, but working hard does not secure your future. A lot of us out there, we measure our progress by how many times we do things, not what we do. And once you start to measure it by what you do instead of how many times, these things change. It's not how many times you can post content, it's what type of content you post. It's not how many times can you go to the gym, it's what do you do at the gym, right? So these things are so important because a lot of us, we measure our lives and our progress in the wrong way. You don't make progress by doing more. You make progress by making your tomorrow look different. So start measuring these things in different ways. Start cracking down on your mentality. Start realizing what you do on a day to day basis. Because until you start to change things, until you start to take control, it is not going to change, let alone change your life and have you become that person that you should be. So, if you're tired of working hard and feeling like your life just isn't moving forward, then understanding that you have to stop confusing progress with staying busy truly is so important. Because when I sit here and tell you guys that it's going to take away from your energy, it's going to distract you, it's going to make you feel like you're changing your life when you're not, I genuinely do mean it. Because as you see with me, no matter how many times I tried to get around the corner, no matter how many times I tried to work hard and to force that growth to happen, it would not happen until I not only started to learn how to move through my life with some real intention, but how to then properly align my actions and my decisions with my overall vision from here on out. So, moving forward, instead of just waking up every single day, living in the same exact routines, living in the same habits, doing the same actions, start asking yourself, are the decisions you are making, are they helping you move your life along or are they just keeping you busy? Is this something that is going to help you grow, help you elevate your life? Or is it going to keep you stagnant? Because there are so many of us that live in these routines and that want to grow, but we focus on the wrong things. Secondly, start getting rid of the distractions, the commitments, the different things in your life that are stealing your time, your energy, and that are holding you back from growing. You need every bit of energy, every bit of willpower, every bit of just anything out there to push you to these goals. And when it's getting stolen by negative things, by things that aren't going to help you grow, you are never going to reach that level. And the third and most important one is start making tomorrow look different than today. Start elevating yourself. Start doing something that your future self is going to thank you for, whether that is through going to the gym, listening to a podcast, reading a book, striving for a new goal every single day, whatever it might be. Start breaking the cycles. And if you are going to build a routine, build something that builds progress, not keeps you busy. Because when I sit here and tell you guys that you can change your life around, you can do whatever you want, you can work hard and see progress, I genuinely mean it. You just have to stop confusing progress with staying busy and instead just really start to learn not only how to move through your life with intention, but how to then properly align your actions and your decisions with your overall vision from here on out. But with that said, today's quote is by Greg Moran. He once said, being busy is noise. Being productive is progress. Focus on what moves the needle, not just what fills the day. I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. And this is the Dowden Podcast.